Cats. Hello, cats. How are you? Got some poultry. Have some of these. Yeah. Well done, cat. We've done stable. We've done that. Bernadette in the dormitory, huh? She locks herself in. Oh yeah. Hello.
I'm not secretly eating cake.
I can sense it.
Okay. What's Bernie doing right now? Oh, fine. You got me. Keep it a secret, all right?
Why is she so randomly adorable? You like any of these? What? No? No? No. Okay. Oh, not blue. Hides away doing the other work. Is that you?
I've been looking for this. Thank you so much.
I know, it's just like outside your door. That was a big coincidence. Lovely. Next, we'll do Officers Academies. That's where we'll go next. What was that thing? Oh, you. Yeah, we don't care about you. Up there.
So, you have a crest too, eh, Professor? Does that mean you're descended from nobility? You've certainly got the look for it. I sure do wish there were more nobles like you, Professor. A teacher, a mercenary, and so very mysterious. How could a girl ever get enough?
Okay, one of these is for you.
I'm sorry, but
You don't like fashion, huh? Okay.
I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
One for you then. Okay. I'll find them out eventually.
Swinging a sword about in the holy mausoleum? The potential for damage is too great to imagine.
Is it though? The Holy Mausoleum is huge.
I sincerely hope the saints' coffins were not damaged. Were you using magic? I've heard you weren't, but ugh, it's torture not being able to go inside the holy mausoleum for an entire year.
Wait, that was one of your character traits? Where's the pillow?
Oh, thank you. I gave up hope of ever finding it.
Right. Anything else? Room?
Professor, if you're heading to the kingdom, I would recommend taking a coat. It's chilly, even at this time of year. It also rains a fair bit. Don't get caught out there without protection, or you're sure to catch a cold. A lost item.
One of these has to be you. No. No. Not you then. Clearly I know these characters so well. Oh, who's that?
Hey, Professor. Don't you think everyone's making too big a fuss over these crests or heroes relics or whatever they're called? How important can that stuff really be?
I'm not sure.
Personally, I don't even care that I don't have a crest. I'll take muscles over crests any day. Heck, I'll take muscles over a hot meal. Actually, that isn't...
No.
Oh, hey! I can't believe I dropped this. Thanks for bringing it to me.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thecia and Hilda. Good. The two I need to speak to. Well, Let's hear more. Sweets. Who likes sweets? I think Leticia likes them. Go the first then.
I thought school life would be peaceful and quiet, with a sprinkle of drama to keep things interesting. But since you arrived, it's been one thing after another. Is that just a coincidence, I wonder?
Maybe, maybe not.
What do you mean? I don't like the way you said that. Stop trying to spook me.
I'm such a brady cat.
Aristocrats are fools, allowing their lives to be dictated by their crests. Though, I suppose I am much the same in that regard.
There's usually 5 options. Next items. Where was it? Where was that tea thing I mean?
What?
No,
What?
no.
Hey! That's mine! Thank you for finding it!
Can I recruit you now?
Yes? I'm actually very busy right now. If you're here to...
Magic and faith. What is bro's magic and faith right now? Roster. Bro. My faith's getting there. It's on D. That's okay. Magic, you say?
Hello!
Yeah. Oh, who said hello? Want it, Connor?
That reminds me. The Leicester Alliance is governed through roundtable conferences between the 5 most prominent allied dukes, the 5 Great Lords. First and foremost is Duke Regan, the Alliance's leader. Joining him are the heads of House Goneril, House Gloucester, and House Ordelia. Lastly, there is the newest addition, Margrave Edmund. These 5 each have voting power in the conferences. Before House Edmund, it was House Daphne that was counted amongst the 5. It is said that the head of that family relinquished their...
That was a big information dump, thank you. Okay, where haven't I been? I'm slowly getting there. We're going main hall for Petra and Caspar next. Punchy boy and best girl.
I heard a relic was stolen. If this had something to do with a family conflict, I don't think I could choose a side. What if it's some kind of powerful weapon? I want one too. I know relics aren't easy to come by, but I'd still like to get my hands on one.
Would you know? Petra, hello.
Yes. This has been my first time to the Kingdom's North. I hear the people of North are cold and have much loneliness. Professor, I hear you have worked as a mercenary in the Kingdom. Did you find joy in this? You cannot remember? Is that having possibility? I have amazement.
I don't have any gifts for you. I can't invite you to tea. I need to invite my dancer to tea. I'll do one of these. Lindhart and Punchy Boy.
You're looking pretty tired, Linhart. I think you could use a little more of the fighting spirit.
I believe you have enough fighting spirit for the both of us.
Enough? There's no such thing! You need as much as you can get if you're gonna train.
I'd rather pace myself. You're becoming too much like your father. I still recall with startling clarity the time he forced me to do some training.
Ha! I remember your father wasn't too happy about that. Our fathers actually got into a fight over it.
They hate one another so much. I simply cannot fathom what's wrong with the two of them.
I wish they'd just have it out already. One big fight to settle things. My father would win, obviously, but it would still be fun to watch.
That would be rather cruel. I don't think anyone in Fodlan could beat up your father. My father does have the height advantage, though.
Height advantage? What does that matter?
When two opponents are of similar strength, the one with the height advantage wins. It's pure math.
Whoever forces the other to submit wins. That's how fighting works. It has nothing to do with height.
Brute strength alone doesn't decide a fight. And taller people have longer limbs, too. Longer limbs equates to a longer reach. Taller people can hit you from farther away. Oh, and they have more leg strength. There's also that... While I'm bored explaining this, I think you get my point.
No, I don't get it. Now you're talking about limb length and reach? None of that matters when you're up close and brawling.
You know, I'm going to agree with you just so I don't have to keep talking.
Oh, that resonates with me so much, bro.
If you've got something else to say, then come out and say it. Actually, no, forget this. I'll prove it to you myself. Some of those new knights look pretty tall. I'll fight one just for you.
And off he goes.
They're all so strong, I couldn't land a single blow.
So it's as I said then, isn't it? The tallest fighter has the advantage. And my father could beat yours in a fight.
Next. Edelgard and Dorothea. And Bernadetta and Mage Boy. We'll do those when I get a second. Knight's Hall.
Oh. That man I walked past earlier. That wasn't Lord Rodrigue, was it? House Fraldarius is a powerful noble family, linked to the founding of Fargus.
Fargus is blue guy, right?
Lord Rodrigue, its current leader, is a magnificent warrior. He's known as the Shield of Fargus. A dozen or so years ago, during the Northern Campaign in Srang, he performed splendidly as the king's right hand. Come to think of it, wasn't there someone from House Fraldarius amongst this year's students?
There was, but I don't know his name. But this guy? No way.
I can't believe my own brother is the leader of the bandits. House Gautier is my true home. And his. Please, Professor. He really is one of the worst people I've ever known. But we share the same blood. We're still family.
I know I have an item from you. Wooing Willie.
Oh, that's mine! Oh, thanks, Professor. You really saved the day. Sorry.
Flashy clothes. That's Alois, right?
Professor. I am Rodrigue Achille Fraldarius. I bear the great honor of serving as a lord in the kingdom of Fargus. I have come in Margrave Gautier's stead to retrieve their stolen relic. However, as I hear it, a group of students is to attend to this matter. I sincerely hope no harm comes to any of them.
Me too. Me too, bro.
You acquitted yourself honorably last month. To think they'd go into the Holy Mausoleum and assault the Goddess Tower.
And you let them get away somehow.
I cannot imagine the Western Church was acting on its own. Someone must have been helping them. As for the masked knight who escaped, his days are numbered.
And you could have fought him that day, but...
I hope we find him soon, so I can kill him myself.
You have such a real... You just have such a cool design.
Not mine.
Before this thing is over, I'm just gonna bring up a spreadsheet. And I'll just do all those. I'm gonna be here forever. I think I've done all these. Oh, no, I haven't. I haven't done the entry hall yet. Blue. Cats for horses. I
Hello.
don't know.
I have a request. Hail, Professor. If I may introduce myself, I am Gilbert. My life has been spent as a dedicated knight. I am to accompany you on your assignment. I may have slowed a step in recent years, but I pledge to you the full extent of my abilities. No, Professor. The pleasure is all mine, I assure you.
Respect, sir. Respect. Who's this?
Professor, please leave Sylvain alone for the time being. The thing is, the bandits' leader who stole the relic is Sylvain's disinherited older brother.
Do you like lost items?
No, that's not mine.
Can someone just take this elegant hair clip off my hands? Lorenz, where are you?
I have heard that someone from House Gautier, one of the Kingdom of Fargus' noble families, is causing some sort of commotion. What a complete disgrace to the nobility.
I don't particularly like you. You want this?
Oh, most kind. Thank you for bringing this to me.
Professor.
Oh, so we just got Elgard and Hubert.
Hello?
Yeah.
For a hero's relic to be stolen, it's unheard of.
And just last month, the sword of the Creator was almost stolen too.
Also quite unheard of. What impudence.
For House Gautier to invite us onto their land, they must be desperate. But at least we'll have the stalwart knights ready to stand around and watch us do all the work.
Okay, that's that. That is everyone on the base floor. Everyone on that floor. Second floor then. Okay, what we got? Rhea's got a quest. Seth's got a quest. Rhea's got 2 quests. Oh. Alright. So, we'll go... this way.
Captain Gerald was all furrowed brow earlier. Do you know what's got him so concerned? If there's a problem, I want to help any way I can. I did, but he just dodged the question. Still, it's worrying to see him like that.
Alright for you.
Oh, that's mine! Thanks so much for finding it.
Hold on me. And what's the... oh, this is Manuel's room, isn't it? Oh, this.
Oh my! The crest of flames? Could it really? Yes, the actual crest of flames!
I hate that name so much.
No, that is quite enough. I should compose myself. I must remain objective in my research. Objective, professional.
I respect yourself, man.
The scandal with the Western Church troubles me. We cannot afford to let ourselves be swept along, and yet...
Alright, and you? Didn't you have a quest? No, that was Setheth, wasn't it?
Hi. Don't you think Professor Hanneman's been acting a bit strange?
Yes.
Maybe he's made some kind of big discovery.
Perhaps. Yeah. Yeah.
That's so.
Maybe. The assassination attempt on Lady Rhea, the theft of a hero's relic.
I am up to my ears in foul news of recent. Speaking of, there's a terrifying rumor swirling around Garreg Mach these days.
What, like how your illustrated picture, you're wearing a black outfit, but you're not?
Apparently, a spirit of death wielding a huge scythe has been kidnapping young maidens. Will the madness never end?
Unless you say. We've got Seteth and Rhea. Seteth is a main quest. So we are going. I press the right button. Up. Into this side room.
I am trusting you.
Victoria.
You must be rather bewildered by the power that was hidden within.
Hang on, I need to look behind you. No, your headpiece is slightly different than.
However,
Dragon
know
Girls.
that I believe in you. I have no doubt that you will use that power justly. You will most certainly fulfill the grand destiny that the goddess has seen fit to grant you.
Quest, you say?
May
Who
I
you
ask
say?
a favor of you?
I can't do that one right now.
May I ask a favor of you? May I ask a favor of you?
Oh crap, I clicked wrong one. I didn't want to do this, but okay. This is inconvenient.
I'm pleased to have been invited.
You forced me to invite you.
I am grateful. Yes.
Likeable ally.
Is that so?
Oh.
Of course.
Ambitions? What? What do you not like ambitions? I don't need to get points with Rhea anyway.
How quickly this delight.
That's what you get for forcing me, game.
I appreciate your effort.
Incredibly unamused. This way I need to go. I think.
Professor.
No, that's flashing.
Thank you.
Why would the priest woman not like ambition? I don't get it.
Were you using magic? I've heard.
Gifts. Yeah, of these.
I'll gladly take this.
I appreciate your effort.
And I'll go. Let's lift this here, go. He's down here. That was a baked treat. I think she likes those.
Aristocrats are though.
Gifts. Yeah, have a snack.
For me? I love it.
Yeah. So next I'm going to do some supports. Oh god. No. We'll do Vendetta first. Linda.
La 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 la. Such lovely weather for painting.
You like painting? Ooh.
Bernadetta?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
It's just me, Linhardt. What are you doing?
Painting! Just painting. Not important. Am I in your way? I'm in your way. I'll just go. I'm going.
No need for all that. I just came out here to read. I'll stay quiet and still so as not to bother you. How's that? If you want to go...
No. I'll stay.
Say, aren't you usually holed up inside?
I'm sorry! I'm sorry for coming here. I'm sorry for bothering you! You're mad, aren't you? You look really mad. I'll just pack up. I'll be gone before you know it.
Mad? At you? Never. I rather admire you, in fact. I fantasize about shutting myself in my room and never going outside again. It sounds like paradise. However, I wouldn't be able to perform my research. That, Bernadetta, is a problem.
What? You admire me? Nah! No way. I know a trick when I see one. What are you plotting? So you want to copy me, is that it? And what's a copy do with the original? Replace it! Well, I've got you figured out. I won't just sit back and take it. I'll fight you!
You'll lose. He is significantly better mage than you.
What? That's no... This is too much hassle. I'm leaving.
I'm sorry! Please don't kill me!
He likes painting, you say? Is that what you're telling me, game?
Why did you think...
Because it's the game said you liked painting. Alright, support. Last one. Edelgard and Dorothea.
Hey, 80. Uh-oh, you're scowling again. You're going to get wrinkles all over that cute face of yours if you don't smile more.
Hello, Dorothea. I was just lost in thought. There are so many things to be done. To think of them makes my head ache sometimes. So many nobles of the Empire are utterly useless. When I am Emperor, I intend to appoint only those who can actually be useful. It doesn't matter if they're of noble or common birth.
Noble or common, eh? Can you really do that? I mean, not that I don't agree. I'd make all those nobles vanish if I could.
It's not a question of can or cannot. All that matters is doing it and doing it right. The nobility system has only been around for 1,200 years. The concept didn't exist before that.
Only 1,200 years, huh? You always say such preposterous and extraordinary things, 80. Yet somehow you actually make it work for you. It's like you're a character from an opera.
A character from an opera? If an opera is made about my life someday, I wonder how I'll be portrayed. The revolutionary who guided the Empire to a new dawn, or the foolish ruler who took her revolution too far?
Well, that all sounds pretty violent. But either way, it would make an incredible opera.
Violent? You just said you wanted to kill all nobility.
Do you figure it'd be a grand action piece full of combat and strife? Or would you prefer a somber political drama?
Hail the mighty Edelgard, though red blood stains her story. Heavy as her crown may be, she will lead us all to glory. To a brighter dawn we shall carry on. Hail Edelgard!
That's quite enough, Dorothea. I'm starting to feel more than a little embarrassed. Lovely as your voice is, let's just hope that any operatic productions about me are still a ways off.
I'm going to save over File 3. Accept the quest from Seteth, huh? Rather not, but... Alright, game.
Well...
What does the tool want to say to me today? Where's over here?
So,
I am trusting you.
Ah, Professor. Gerald was looking for you. It seems he has gone off somewhere. If he is not in his room, then surely someone has seen him. Ask around. I have something to ask of you. I have something to ask of you.
Right, find Gerald, you say. Game says he is literally just outside this room. Oh, Leonie will know.
Oh, Professor, are you looking for Captain Gerald? I just saw him in the Knight's Hall a little while ago. He was talking with a female knight, but I didn't get a good look at who she was.
I only know one female knight, and she has a lightning weapon.
Oh, Gerald? He said something about visiting a grave. There's a graveyard attached to the monastery, so you'll probably find him there. I can't remember where the graveyard is, but I bet Seteth knows.
Of course Seteth knows. Oh, of course he does.
We're back. Ah, the graveyard. Of course I know it. It can be a little hard to find. Would you like me to show you where it is?
Sure.
Very well.
That's the most useful you've ever been. We're gonna go to Reception Hall. I'm gonna go this way. Ooh, something blue. Ooh. Frigid. It's obviously Petra.
Yes. This has been my first time. Professor, you cannot remember?
Gifts. Oh, it's not a gift. It's what's the item then?
I
Okay.
had lost the place of this. You have my thanks.
Hold on me.
That's right.
We're off this way? This way. Sort of. Someone who was 20.
Hey, I wanted to ask you to join me, but I couldn't find you. So, here I am. I was thinking we should visit your mother. She's resting beneath this humble grave.
Why is her grave here? And you've never told him before.
Hmm? Oh. Of course you would ask that. I wouldn't know where to begin. I suppose I haven't talked much about her. She was gentle and smart. Oh, so smart. A wonderful cook. Always kind to everyone. And she loved flowers. Whenever I brought her back an unusual flower, her face would light up. I cherish those memories. I can't count how many times she made me happy just by smiling. And she smiled the most when she was pregnant with you. She died right after you were born. She wasn't able to spend much time with you, but she loved you with all her heart. That's the truest thing I know. This ring is the only keepsake I have of her. In time, it will be yours. One day, I hope you'll give this ring to someone you love as well as I love her.
Well done. You have my thanks.
I got a vague amount of renown. Renown. Yeah. Let's see if I can get something interesting.
Need something?
I'm 28. Can get... Mind Pulse isn't amazingly useful right now. Yeah,
This one?
Yeah, okay.
You're all set.
Yeah, right.
This one? You're all set.
Oh, well.
See you again soon.
Something. Save again. Not 3. What was it? I've done everything first. Oh, nope. Douche wants to speak to me for some reason. Hello, Douche.
How are you managing the Sword of the Creator? No problems? I hope you have not left it lying somewhere unattended or anything foolish like that.
I mean, it's not on my guy's waist where it should be. No problem.
You will need the sword's power on your next mission. I trust you will handle it without much issue.
Do you have any lost items?
I'm sorry to...
No?
I'm sorry to...
No?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to...
No?
I'm sorry.
Oh, cool then. I've got 2 battlefield missions. No, 3 battlefield missions. So yeah. We are finished exploring this. And the next episode after this will be some more progress.